Welcome to day 6 of the 12 Days of Hytale. We are officially 1 week away from being able to pre-order the game. On today's episode, I got to interview BigDude. Thank you so much, BigDude, for joining us. The first question I got for you is, when did you first hear about Hytale and what got you into it?
Yeah, so for me, probably like most people, the 2018 trailer, that was it. I remember I was at my buddy's house and the trailer popped up on my feed on YouTube. And my first thought was like, because I mean, I've always been a huge Minecraft fan, so obviously it looked like Minecraft. But my all-time favorite franchise is Zelda. And so just looking at the thumbnail, it looked like a merge of the two. And I was like, wait a minute, this looks amazing. And so I clicked on it and I just remember like freaking out the whole time I was watching it. And yeah, I mean, I was like, this is my dream game. This is it. Because I've always said, like, if they could somehow take the RPG side of like Zelda and combine it with Minecraft, that'd be my dream game. And that's Hytale to me. So that's what totally hooked me on it.
Yeah, I've never even thought about it being Zelda-like, but it is.
Yeah, like the cartoony aesthetic, and you know, some of the creatures like Quebecs and stuff have that like Deku kind of charm, right? Like there's a lot of fun creatures like that in Zelda, so it just really gives me kind of the same feelings that Zelda gives me, and that's a massive win. So
What got you into starting a YouTube channel?
so I've always loved YouTube. I've always wanted to do YouTube and make YouTube videos. I've actually done several other things in the past that didn't really ever go anywhere. But after seeing the trailer, and I wouldn't say right after, because I didn't make anything until 2022. But I remember I was thinking about it one day and I was like, you know, the best, like, and the most successful, I feel like YouTube channels happen whenever they get on something early and then it turns into something incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, to me, that's Hytale. And it's like, I've always believed in Hytale. That's what I'm trying to say. I've always believed in what it will become. I do genuinely think that it could be one of the biggest games. Like, I think it could sit right up there with Minecraft and some of the larger titles. I really think it ticks a lot of boxes for so many people. And I was like, man, it'd be awesome to get into that community early beforehand. And so I started making like YouTube shorts back in 2022. I don't know if anybody has even seen those. They're on my channel still, but it's like things Hytale does better than Minecraft, and just like names off some random things.
Goodness.
Yeah, I did that in like 2022. That was ages ago. It feels like I got up to, I think, almost 100 subscribers. I think I was at like 90, and I think they announced the big like delay with like Riot, like they sold it to Riot and they're making the new engine. Yeah, dude, I remember just like sitting back like, dang. I was like, that it like took the wind out of my sails a little bit. So I stopped making content.
Yeah, that had to have been tough sledding back then too, because it was drip feeding content back then, especially blog posts.
It was like every 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's funny, like comparing that to now. Like it's like we get the equivalent of what we got within a year, like daily.
Yes.
Like it's insane how much information we're getting right now from Simon.
I feel like we've just been getting spoiled. Like, it can be, what was it?
Dude, for sure.
Yesterday, they didn't say much, and it was like, oh my gosh, what's happening? There's nothing, they haven't said anything. But it's like one day, and we used to wait 6 months, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah, I joined in on that joke. I was like, we need more. We need more.
Yeah, I feel like some people are being serious about it. It's like, y'all don't know anything. 6 months is what we used to have to do, and this is just a day.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, this is nothing. Yeah, this is nothing. He has spoiled us, though. Now we're expecting it. We're like, all right, what's tomorrow?
I do feel like some people are pretty spoiled now. So when the game actually does release, what's one of the first things you want to try out?
For me, the first thing I want to do, and I've already talked about this before, but the first thing that I want to do when I join into the game, I actually got this idea from a YouTube comment that somebody put on my video, and I was like, dude, that's a great idea. I'm gonna keep the first grass block that I stand on.
Ooh.
when I spawn into my world.
I
I
like
thought that
that.
was a really cool idea. Yeah, me too. And so I thought about it though longer, and because I was like, wait, but what if I grab that dirt block and then I get more dirt? Is it going to just put it in a pile? How will I know it's the actual dirt block? So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to make like a dig basically around it to where all I'm leaving is that grass block. And then whenever I like make my house,
Hmm.
I'll go get that exact dirt block and put it in my house and keep it there forever. As like this was my first step in Orbis. That's one of the first things I want to do.
Or what you could do is dig that dirt block immediately and then go get chop down a tree or hit a tree and make a chest, and then all that ever goes in that
Oh
chest is
yeah,
that one
yeah.
block.
Yes, that too. Either way works. But yeah, I definitely would do that. And then the other thing than grabbing the dirt block is building a house. That's like I cannot wait to have a home in Orbis. That's like that just like that idea puts a smile on my face. I'm like, I can't wait
Hmm.
to say like I now have a home here. That is like I'm pumped for that. And then of course I'm a dungeon guy, so I'm gonna be running. Even though there's not like full long form dungeons on early access, there is some smaller stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm immediately gonna be running for those and trying to find cool loot and all that kind of stuff.
Run through some mine shafts and some prefabs and stuff.
Yeah, heck yeah.
So what NPC faction is your favorite?
This one's hard for me, and I can almost guarantee you, Silver is gonna comment on this video
Oh my
and say
gosh, yes.
Farron's about 400 times.
Yes, I get those
I don't know
comments
if
all
he's
the
been
time. Yep.
absolutely bombarding your videos.
Love
I
him.
swear he's going around to every single YouTuber that is making Hytale content and putting Farron stuff all over it. So he would be disappointed if I didn't say Farron's, which I will say Farron's are probably, I would say maybe number two for me. I think for me, Slothians are
Yes.
awesome.
Yes.
And Simon has created a soft spot for sloths in my heart. So, yeah, they look really cool. The new image that we got of them with
Hmm.
the like bamboo armor, like they look so cool. And Zone 4 looks amazing. Like, I don't know, I think I'll have a lot of fun with the Slothian race. But I
Yeah.
love the lore around the Farrens. I love the like the freedom bracers and like that they were enslaved to the Scarix. Like I love that whole storyline. And so they're way up there as well, for sure.
Yeah, the interesting thing about the Slothians is just A, we don't really know much about them because they haven't said much, and then B,
Hmm.
like you said, I really like the tile set of their bases, and then also that armor was sick.
Yeah. It's like a like samurai almost, like a
Hmm.
samurai jungle situation, and I'm here for it.
So similar to the NPC faction question, what zone are you most interested in seeing?
So this might be kind of a boring response, but I honestly think Zone 1 for me. I know that might be like jarring
I don't
because
think it
Zone
is.
4 is amazing. But to me, like the peaceful like plains and rivers and
The
like
cozy vibe.
the vibrant green grass, yeah, like I cannot wait for that. Like, cause that's, I mean, that's where I'm going to build my home, right? It's going to be in Zone 1 by like a river with some nice trees around. Like, that's going to be like home to me. And so, Zone 1, exploring that for the first time is just going to be probably my favorite part. I would say a close second is probably Zone 4 and maybe Zone 3. I don't know. They're all so cool. I think they all look so good. I'm really excited to explore all of them. But I think especially Zone 1 sticks out to me as like I can't wait to just see like the cozy
Hmm.
vibes of Zone 1 and build my house there and yeah.
Yeah, the footage they've showed and like the different screenshots that they've shared of different farms and houses just in Zone 1 is like exactly the vibe I'm wanting from the game.
Yes, exactly.
So what's a mod that you'd like to see made in Hytale?
Um I think for me anything that would add to the dungeon slash RPG side of Hytale. Um so I think something that could be really cool is like a class system.
Yes.
Um like a rogue skill tree, a paladin skill tree, something like that, where as you fight monsters, you level up, you gain abilities. And I was even thinking like every weapon has that Q ability. It's like maybe you have something where as you level up your class, that Q ability changes or
Mm-hmm.
adds effects, depending on what class you're on. Stuff like that I think would be super cool. Anything to enhance the dungeon slash RPG would be sick.
I've got an interview in a few days with one of the members of Darktale. Have you seen that? Did you see that on Reddit?
Oh my goodness. I did see a. Wait, maybe that's not. No, I'm thinking of something else. What's Darktale?
They're wanting to make a server that's basically an RPG, kind of like you're suggesting, where you start off and you pick like a specific race, and they have different races that they've actually made models of. Like they've got dwarves and like a spider race, and it's kind of that sort of class system as well, where you pick a class and you kind of all fight for different territories on one map.
Oh my goodness.
So people are already coming up with
Oh
some
my
pretty
goodness.
cool ideas.
I need to. I'm literally looking this up right now as you're saying this. It says Darktale?
Yes, let me check. Yeah, Darktale. They've got a Discord and everything. So yes, shout out to Darktale.
Oh my goodness. I'm definitely going to be checking that out. That sounds legit. It's going to be like more of a Dark Souls, like a Dark Souls style, like more of the.
I don't know about Dark Souls. I think it's more like the vibe I got from reading it, and I'll get a better vibe once I actually chat with them. But you ever played like PlanetSide 2?
I don't think I have.
It's a fighting game shooter game where you each have 3 different factions on one map, and you all kind of fight for territory, and there are specific like military bases you have to fight over, but that kind of set in a more medieval fantasy setting in Hytale.
Dude, that is legit. Oh yeah, I found some stuff here. Oh wow. That is so cool. The models that they made are sick. Yeah, that looks fun. Man, this is what's so crazy about Hytale is all the stuff that people are gonna make.
Mm-hmm.
The worlds that we're gonna experience, the servers we're gonna get to play on. Like, oh man, I'm just pumped for that.
Same, and we're only got a little over a month away.
I know, dude. So close.
So similarly, what minigame would you like to see in Hytale?
So you're probably getting tired of hearing me say the word dungeon, but
No, not at all.
for me, I think roguelike dungeon,
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
like a roguelike dungeon crawler minigame would be so fun. Where you just like you pick a class, whatever, and you do a dungeon run. You go as far as you can, get loot, whatever. At the end of it, it wipes. You restart. I think too, what could be really cool if you did this in like some kind of a server, or I don't know how. If you see in the menu screenshot that they shared, mini games and servers are actually separate. So that's confusing to me. Like I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know if like you can make a mini game standalone that's not a server. I don't know how that's going to work, but they are different in the menu. So, but what I'm wondering is, like, I know servers are going to be able to create custom cosmetics. I think something that could be really cool for the roguelike dungeon mini game is like, let's say you get a new, like, really cool sword. You could get that cosmetic at least and keep that and use it in, like, every time you play through it.
That would be pretty cool.
Or something along those lines, where it's like there's some kind of meta progression to it. But yeah, a roguelike dungeon crawler would be super sick.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier today as well when they were talking about the cosmetics and just, especially on high-pixel servers on Hytale, the ability they could have to give you cosmetics from unlocking them in-game would be pretty cool.
Yes, 100% agree with that.
So what content do you intend on making when the game's released?
Probably all sorts of things. A big one will probably be streaming. But, you know, that could be, it's like streaming what? There's probably on launch, like in the very beginning, I'm just going to be streaming my first like experience of exploration mode, you know, running around, building my house, exploring the zones, like Mainly because I just want to do that. Like, I've been waiting so long to play this game that part of me is like, I'm not even going to be super worried about like just flooding content, like crazy. I mainly want to play the game. And so that's why streaming makes sense to me. Because then I can just play it and experience it, but also use it for content too. I'm sure I'll do several how-to videos just because, I mean, that's super helpful for the
Oh yeah.
community to have how-to videos. So I'm sure I'll make some of those, just some simple stuff. And I also announced this in one of my most recent videos, but I am doing a series called Dude versus Dungeon. I don't know if you saw the video on that, but basically what it's going to be is I'm going to have people create dungeons and submit them in my Discord. I have a channel in there for Dude versus Dungeon where people will be able to submit their dungeons that they create, and then I'm going to try to complete them. So that's going to be super fun. And with the tools, yeah, it sounds super fun because, I mean, to me, it's like I have infinite dungeons. If
Exactly.
people keep making new dungeons, it's like I have all this new stuff to do. And what's cool is, I mean, people could make custom bosses and custom items with all the modding stuff and all the in-game tools. Like, it could be super creative, or I mean, I'm sure I'll get a lot of troll ones too, where there's just like all the enemies are just dogs or something, or I'm fighting a giant chicken as the boss, like just some goofy stuff, which I'm looking forward to that too. But yeah, that's a big thing. That'll probably be like one of my biggest series is going to be the Dude versus Dungeon thing.
Well, I really like that idea.
Thanks.
Well, thank you so much, Big Dude, for joining. Let everyone know where they can find you, and then we'll wrap it up.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you can find me on YouTube. My name is BigDude. Make Hytale videos, obviously. And yeah, stay hyped for Hytale.
Absolutely. Once again, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Everyone, go subscribe to Big Dude, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thank you so much for having me, man.